See our next topic, balancing condition of Wheatstone bridge. Very very important one for 5 marks question. This is application of Kirchhoff's law. By applying Kirchhoff's laws, we are going to get the balancing condition of Wheatstone bridge. So what is Wheatstone bridge there? So it is having 4 to 5 resistors which is formed in a square or quadrilateral. You will be getting. That one we are going to draw Wheatstone bridge. 4 to 5 resistors. They will say 4 resistors they will take like this. So PQ, RS in between. This is nothing but A, B, C, D. In a square shape or quadrilateral they will say PQ, RS are resistors. Some people will take R1, R2, R3, R4. Now this is nothing but in the form of Wheatstone bridge. In between, to detect the current, whether current is flowing or not, we will use galvanometer. To provide the current, steady current, what we are going to connect? That is nothing but battery. So between two junctions, A and C, I connected battery. Remaining two connections, you have to connect galvanometer. G refers galvanometer, and this galvanometer will also have some resistance, that is only G value there is. Galvanometer resistance is denoted by G. Resistance of this P resistor is P. Resistance of this Q resistor is Q. Okay, A, B, C, D is a Wheatstone bridge. This is nothing but SL of EMF E to provide current I. So after reaching here I, this I is going to divide into two parts because A is a junction. Let us say some current I1 is going through P. Remaining current I2 is going through, either you can take this one or this one. I1 is coming to B. At B, again it is another junction. Some I3 current is flowing through Q, remaining current is flowing through G. That is nothing but IG. IG is the current flowing within the galvanometer. Now IG current is entering here. IG current is entering at D. So by combining these two currents, we are getting I4. Again I3, I4 current entering here. I3, I4 entering at C. Again it is going to become how much starting? Same amount of current. This is nothing but how to draw the diagram. Very very important. Sometimes only diagram they will ask for 2 marks question. Draw the diagram of Wheatstone bridge. Then here current directions, each and everything is important. Okay. How it is going to be divided. Now for this we are going to apply Kirchhoff's first law and second law. Where we are going to apply Kirchhoff's first law means at junction. Here how many junctions are there? A, B, C, D. 4 junctions are there. At A, B, C, D we are going to apply. It is going to become big derivation. Actually we want only at B and at D. But for your convenience how to apply Kirchhoff's first law? Just I am applying at all the junctions. According to Kirchhoff's first law, at A, at junction A, what is the entering current at A? Which current is entering here? I is equal to how many currents are leaving from A? I1 is one leaving, another one is I2. So I1 plus I2. Next. At B, how many currents are entering? Entering currents are I1. Leaving currents I3 and IG. Therefore, I1 is equal to I3 plus IG. Entering current should be equal to sum of the leaving currents. Next, at C we will see. At C, what is the entering current? I3 is entering, I4 is entering. What is the leaving current? I3 plus I4 is equal to I. At D, what are the entering currents? I2 and IC. What is the leaving current? I4. I2 plus IZ equal to I4. You can use 1, 2, 3, 4. So among 1, 2, 3, 4, which will be useful for you means only equation number 2 and equation number 4. Whenever we are deriving an exam, you can leave at A and at C. Why I said you will be getting now only. This is nothing but according to Kirchhoff's first law, I applied at 4 junctions. Because 4 junctions are there, I applied Kirchhoff's first law at 4 junctions. Now we will apply Kirchhoff's second law. According to Kirchhoff's second law, the algebraic sum of changes in potential across components or resistors is equal to 0. But you should identify loops. Here see, how many loops are there? We will see. A, B, D, A. This is one loop. Next one. B, C, D, B. This is nothing but another loop. Like that you can take A, B, C, D, A, another loop. Like that you can take so many loops here. But whichever we want means, mainly we want this left triangle, right triangle. That is nothing but A, B, D, A. For A, B, D, A loop, I am taking loop direction like this. Anti-clockwise or clockwise. This is nothing but anti-clockwise. This is nothing but clockwise. I am taking like clockwise. A, B, D, A loop. You can take reverse also. So everyone will follow same loop. Therefore, A, B, D, A. Where I am starting? At A. Where I am ending? At A. So A, B, D, A. For A, B, D, A loop, I am applying Kirchhoff's second law. According to Kirchhoff's second law, first we have to see the direction. Direction of the current is from A to B. Loop direction is also from A to B. Both are in same direction. At the time, change in potential difference will be negative or positive. Both are in same direction means negative. Minus I1 P. I1 into resistance of this one is P. Next, we are coming from B to D. This is loop direction. Current direction is also B. Both are in same direction means negative. IG, G. IG is current flowing through galvanometer. G is the resistance of galvanometer we are taking. Next, we are going from D to A. Current is from A to D. Both are in opposite. Loop direction is like this, current direction is opposite means we have to take plus. Plus I2 is equal to 0. Isn't it? So this one you can send that side or you can leave like this only. That is equation number 5. Because already we wrote 4 equations. This is for loop ABD. Next, another loop BCDB. For BCDB loop, BCDB, again I am taking clockwise like this. At the time, see the direction. We are coming from B to C. Current direction is also B to C. Therefore, minus I3. Both are in same direction means minus. Opposite direction means plus. We are going from C to D. Current direction is from D to C. Therefore, plus I4. Yes. Next, we are going from D to B. Current direction. Again opposite. Therefore, plus IG G is equal to 0. This is nothing but according to Kirchhoff's second law. We applied for loops, 2 loops. Now, when bridge is said to be balanced, this is very, very important. This point you have to write, otherwise you are going to lose 1 mark. When the bridge is said to be balanced, we are applying balancing condition of Wheatstone bridge. When the bridge is said to be balanced means the current flowing, if the current flowing through galvanometer is 0, then bridge is said to be balanced. If the current flowing through the galvanometer is 0, then the bridge is said to be balanced. Then, if I is equal to 0, then how these equations are going to become, we will see. From equation 2. From equation number 2. Because in equation number 1, there is no Ig. From equation number 2, I1 is equal to I3. Since I is equal to 0. Next, from equation number 4. From equation number 4, I2 is equal to I4. I2 is equal to I4. Up to we got 5, 6. Now we can take, this is 7th equation, 8th equation. Next, from equation number 5. From equation number 5, if Ig is equal to 0, then what is minus I1p? This is going to become 0 plus I2R is equal to 0. You can send that side. Minus I1p will become plus I1. Therefore, I1p is equal to I2R. Call it as equation number 9. This minus is going to become plus. We are setting that side. I1p is equal to I2R. Call it as this is equation number 9. Next, from equation number 6. From equation number 6, if Ig is equal to 0, then minus I3 cube plus I4s equal to 0, because this term is going to become 0. This one you can send that side. Then I3 cube is equal to I4S. Just Q term I am writing right side, then minus will become plus. Okay, call it as equation number 10. Now equation 9 by 10. Equation 9 by 10, what is LHS? I1P. Equation 10 LHS? I3Q is equal to I2R by I4S. Then see here, from equation 7 and 8, I1 is equal to I3. From 8, I2 is equal to I4. So I1 is equal to I3 means both will be cancelled. Why? Because from equation 7, I1 equal to I3. From equation 8, I2 is equal to I4. Therefore, P by Q is equal to R by S. These two will be cancelled. Since I1 is equal to I3 and I2 is equal to I4. Therefore, we cancel these two from equation number 7 and 8. You got, this is the condition. P by Q equal to R by S. The ratio of two resistors. The ratio of two resistors resistance we can calculate, and we can find one unknown resistance. If R, S, Q we came to know in the Wheatstone bridge, you can calculate unknown resistance P. This is nothing but balancing condition of Wheatstone bridge. Okay. So this is very important question for your 5 marks. Every year they are going to ask once in this Wheatstone bridge, and cells connected in parallel, resistors connected in series, resistors connected in parallel, and we got some relations, sigma equal to Ne square tau by m. All these relations you have to practice. In this you will be having two concepts, that is nothing but meter bridge and potentiometer. These two, those will be available in your lab. After explaining in lab, we are going to teach for you once college is going to be started. Till now we have completed 3 lessons for you: electric charges and fields. Next one, potential and capacitors. Next one, current density. If you prepare these 3, you will be going to getting 30 to 35 marks in your final exam. Means almost you will get your pass marks if you prepare these 3 lessons without reading remaining lessons. Okay, if you want to get clarity, means see previous year papers. From these 3 lessons, how many questions you got, then you will be getting clarity once. Therefore, what you have to do now means, for these 3 lessons you have to prepare notes what we taught in your online classes. Whenever they are starting the college, you should come with that notes. This meter bridge and potentiometer we are going to explain once college is going to be started. Okay, thank you.